Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Good morning, everybody. You saw a blip of me, but I wanted to tell you how appreciative I am for today's sponsors. Nancy West and You Matter, amazing lady. And the event coming up this coming Saturday, You Matter in Lebanon, Oregon, is going to be amazing. And the event, I believe, is from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time in Lebanon, Oregon, helping people realize that they matter. So if you want more information on that, you can message Nancy West. The information is in the show notes, or you can message me. Also, huge thank you to Jamie Yaney and Mortgage First Corporation. You know, in the crazy home buying economy now and all this going on, you need a professional who can really help you. And Jamie Yaney is amazing. And she can help you out with that. She is here in Salem, Oregon. And so wherever you are in the Willamette Valley, she's there to help you. Or if you have questions, wherever you are in the world about mortgages, you can contact her as well. Her contact information is also in the show notes, easy to get. And I want to thank my guest that's coming on today. Denrich Sananda is an amazing individual. I want to thank him so much. We're going to get to him in just a moment. But first, I wanted to say, good morning again. Hi, my name is Russ Hedge, and I am your marketing coach. I am your inspiration specialist. You know, I am here to inspire and encourage you to live a purpose-driven life of significance. And what does that mean? I want you to be a world changer. I want you to be a difference maker. I want you to do the amazing things God has created you to do. And I am a firm believer there's a little bit of amazing in all of us just waiting to burst out. That's what I love about coaching, because I help people refine and define what's already deep within them, making them the amazing people that God created them to be. So if you want to get in contact with me, I'm always here. I love to connect with people all the time. You can go to russhedge.com. That's russhedge.com. The best way to get in touch with me. And it has all the connection links to my social media, to my email, my phone number. You can even schedule time directly on my calendar to talk with me. And I would love for you to do that. At russhedge.com also, there's information about the wonderful things that are going on, including this flyer I'm going to show you is from this month. It's over, but there's going to be another one coming up in September. Successfully transform your business in 3 simple steps. The reason I show you that is when you go to russhedge.com, you can download a free PDF on successfully transform your business in 3 simple steps. And it's all about connection and community building, and how that is the foundation for any good business, any good marketing plan, and how it can make you the amazing person God created you to be. So I'm excited to help you with that. Reach out to me. Love to do it. Love to connect with you. Remember, I am here every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And that is Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. And yes, I'll share that #RussSelfie story again at some point in the near future. But love to have you here. Love connecting. This show is all about how amazing people connect. There it is. How amazing people connect. And today is like no other day. We have not only my main guest, Denrich Sananda, who's an amazing guy. I mean, he and I just hit it off. I love the guy. Also, have a surprise guest that's going to pop in a little bit later that is here as well. We'll share that in just a moment. So, yeah, also wanted to just finish up with, if you have not received a copy of my book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, I'd love for you to get a copy. You can get that at my website at russhedge.com, or you can go to Amazon, Barnes and Noble, any online booksellers, and you can get that as well. So, okay, I think I've just about covered it all. And I'm just going to bring my guest on because Denrich is sitting there ready to go, relaxing in his living room. There he is. Hey, Denrich, how's it going?
Hey Russ, very good morning to you and to all the wonderful listeners. What we have this morning.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm wondering if you're going to step back and play the piano for us for a while there.
Oh, you bet. I've got piano hands and legs as well. So
There you
yeah, I love to
go.
dance. If somebody plays, I can dance.
Well, that is so great. That is so great. Coming from a musical family, you may
Oh,
have heard this before, but I love to brag on my family. I have a very musical family. My mama, who just passed away, amazing musician, played the piano by ear, sang, was wonderful. And
wow.
my son and daughter are both in their careers are in music. My daughter is a worship pastor, and my son is a Grammy nominated, Dove nominated musician, and works for a mastering company that also works with Grammy award winning artists. So he does all the music for this show and for my other shows, which is nice to have that caliber of some of a person in my family that can help me out and have original music.
Oh wow, Russ, that is amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just befuddled listening
Okay,
to.
you're going on my list of favorite people that say befuddled. Next time I do a befuddled reunion, I'm bringing you on because I love all the different people from around the world and how they say befuddled. Way better than the way I say it. Way better. So,
You know,
hey, Dinrich,
yeah.
you have become such a good friend so quickly, and I really appreciate you so much coming on today. And I want you to tell everybody that doesn't know you, tell them who Denrich is and what you're up to.
Yeah, I always like to begin. I'm a father of three, husband of one. So that pretty much defines who I am. But yeah, a little bit about myself. I call myself as a servant leader. A little bit more, I add a transformation leader. But with my experience, I believe in people. I believe in the power of people, and every weekend I post, and that post is mostly about unleashing your potential, because I believe everybody has that deep potential. And I get a lot of satisfaction when I can take a person from one level to another level and unleash his her potential into this beautiful world that we sit. So yeah, and that's a little bit about my passion, so to say. But if you want my background, well, it's 24 long years of professional background I have. I don't know how much you want me to bore you, but I'm all with
No,
you.
go for it. Come on.
Okay. Well, Russ, I started off as an engineer, as a service engineer. So I got to travel more than 57 countries. So that's where you get this, people loving guy I am, because I love people, food, and culture. And in my travels, I've learned a lot. I'm a lifelong learner as well. So I've learned a lot from people, right? So taking this experience fast forward, in 2013 I was also made the managing director slash VP, one of the youngest VPs those days in the organization, where people had to have mostly gray hair. I didn't, now I do, but those days, so I transformed that company from a reactive to a proactive company, and I increased their revenues nearly 3.5 times during my tenure of 6 years. I grew the uh, F, uh, FTE also. I had 27 people when I took over, but when I left in 2019 March to come to Canada, I had increased the team to 81 people, opened up offices in Oman, Qatar, Turkey, and things like that. So yeah, it was a fun ride for me. Fast forward in Canada, what I do is I've co-founded Arista Technologies, and we are a boutique company focused on industrial control system cybersecurity. And this is a little bit about myself and my technical or professional background.
Well, you know what I love about you going all the way back to the beginning? You love people. I love people. You want to make people be the best they can be. I want to make people to be the best they can be. I mean, that's why we get along so well. Because really what's driving us, what's at the why and the real purpose of our life is all about making people better. Plus, I love the fact that I am also the husband of one, the father of only two, however. I only have two. I had
I
to
beat
stop
you.
there.
I beat you there. I'm a
We
bit
were thinking
competitive as well.
we were thinking about having three, honestly, years ago. And then we had my son second, and he was all boy. And so we decided he was worth two. So we stopped there. Yeah. No, I really
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
No, I was a bit selfish or greedy, I would say. I heard my pastor says, if you have more kids, you get more blessings. So I said, okay, let's do this. And truly, blessing comes with each child, and I'm a
Yeah.
true living testimony for that.
Yeah. No, I truly believe that. I believe that. I do. And, you know, um, so the cybersecurity stuff and all that you're doing and working in Canada right now, let's go into that a little bit more, how you're really helping people, how you're accomplishing this why and purpose of your life, but how you're actually helping people from a more practical level.
Yeah, well, I come from a very strong functional safety background for the process industries. Process industries I mean, for people who are not into this business, it's mostly oil and gas, petrochemical, fertilizer plant, chemical plant, specialty chemical plants, refineries. So whole range of companies I've worked in, and in my travels, like I told you, 57 plus. By the way, I lost count now. I've been
Wow.
to. I've visited most of these facilities, extensively. So having this 20 plus years of safety inbuilt, so security, safety in the process industry, security and safety. When I say security, it's cyber security, goes hand in hand. So together with that knowledge of keeping the environment, people, and asset safe and protected, that's the vision. Even in my past company, I told them, what is your purpose? Your purpose is not programming. Your purpose is not going to site and troubleshoot. Your purpose is not going to commission. Your main purpose, when you wake up in the morning, out of your bed, what drives you? And your driver is this: you go every day to client site, to critical, because we work in critical infrastructure areas, right? Highly sensitive areas as well, or even national assets or crown jewels, as they call in Canada. We work on those companies as well. So I tell my guys, you go, and your main purpose here is to protect people, protect the asset and environment, and today cybersecurity, unfortunately, in the olden days, in the 90s, even in the early 2000s, they were attacking your, there could be data loss when there was any hack. There was data loss, financial losses maybe, or they will uh, uh, hold ransom your whole website, or your website was down. So for any e-commerce company, there was a loss in business for sure. But since 2010, they have started attacking the industry side of the business also. But the industry side of the business, what happens is you don't lose the financial part of it. You can also lose life, you can lose your assets, which is very dangerous also. So this is the main driver. And as I was already into this business, it was pretty much last 5 to 7 years was pretty much a simple transition for me. And I'm a standards
Right.
guy. We follow, in
Right.
industry we follow standards. So
Right.
we work on IC 62443 standards, we work on NERC. So this is a little bit from the industry side of the cybersecurity defense. But later in the conversation I can also tell for small and medium businesses how you can defend and protect, the basics. We
Right.
can do that as well.
Right. Right. Well, no, and see, I love that. I love that. You're all about protecting people. All about adding value. You're instilling in your team the right reason that you're there, what you're all about. You're not just there to make a quick buck
No.
with others. You're there to do amazing things. I have another individual I want to bring in, a special guest today, because I want you to meet him. And
Sure.
he is all about people too. He's amazing. He and I got to actually have real coffee at a real coffee shop just recently. Mr. David Alto is in the house. Hey, David.
Hi, David. You're on
How's
mute.
Oh, yeah, you are on mute. You're right. Hello, David. We
You're on
see
mute.
you. You look great, but we don't hear you.
I bet you hear me now. That was so
There you go.
profound what I just said. Everybody missed it.
Well, okay, ready? Take two.
All right. Hi, hey, thank you for father of one, husband of one. I can't remember whatever one of one, and I already forgot the word I was supposed to say. What's the word?
I have no idea.
Befuddled.
Befuddled. Befuddled. Come on,
Befuddled.
Russ. Befuddled.
Befuddled.
That's it. Befuddled, live the life you choose. There you go.
That's right.
Well, David, I appreciate your friendship and your flexibility, which we won't go into all of that today in life scheduling. But I just really thought this would be great because you and Denrich really need to know each other, but B, you're all about people. You're all about connecting and making people better, just like Denrich. We may be in different industries, reaching different people, but we're really all about the same purpose. Give everybody a little snapshot, David, of who you are and what you're up to.
Sure. So, in my previous uh, working life, I was a multi-unit manager, had lots of different, lots of stores, 10 to 12 stores I had to oversee. So, training and developing people, once I really learned it was never about me, but it's about them. It's about their lives away from work. It's about their lives at work. It's about giving them the possibility of climbing the ladder if they choose to. But once you learn it's not about you and it's about serving others, you you will get everything that you want and deserve times 10. But now I left the corporate world in December of 2019 to now help job seekers really land jobs. Sure, you got to have a decent resume, but it's more than that. It's still the networking piece a lot of times that gets us that interview. It's knowing somebody. In order to know somebody, you have to build and nurture relationships.
Yeah, and that's what I love about you, because you and I and Denrich too are all about the same kind of thing, building relationships, building connections. And I really value people like you, David, that when they're coming into town and they're going to be by me, they actually take a minute to say, "Hey, it would be great to actually see you outside of the computer." And it's crazy good because we have the manufacturing hype girl who's going to be coming to my area sometime soon too. Katie's going to be dropping in, so super excited about that as well. But I just thought that would be a blessing to bring you in today. And Denrich, I know that the two of you I don't think have ever met in before, But you know, within this whole concept, back to what you were saying, you know, in connecting and helping and blessing other people and working within these manufacturing industries and trying to protect them, what do you try to communicate to them that makes you different than just anybody coming out with a cybersecurity program?
I make them. It's very simple. Like I'm working on a project as well. Change is always registered. That's the natural human tendency regarding change. So what has happened in the industry is, you have stacks of technologies these days. Different stack comes. You have um, the IT stack, the ERP, the application, the different application stacks you guys are working. Now what has happened? There is an additional layer of the cyber stack, which is adding to people's work. So whenever I go to some of these industries or units or sites, it's for me it's very simple. I tell them, this is your workplace, right? And this workplace has to be defended, and I give them the basic, uh, I don't give them jargons. I just give them very basic things. What is cybersecurity? What is the definition of cybersecurity? The definition of cybersecurity is to prevent unauthorized access into your environment, which could have network, which could have data, which could have different kind of control systems, which could have different SCADA systems or monitoring systems and things like that. That is the main goal. And every person has a responsibility. It is not your manager's responsibility. It is not your CEO's responsibility. If you are working in this environment, then it becomes your responsibility also to defend it, because this is your bread and butter, you know.
Right.
And if people understand these concepts, then it becomes very easy for them to kind of adopt to the change, because whenever you add another stack of technology, there is going to be a bit of change, and change is not, like I said, not welcomed as a as a human beings, as you all guys know. So, and also I say change is the only constant. If you want to move, you got to be in sync with technology. So this is the
Right.
principle I give, very basic philosophies which I speak, and then we go into the details. Russ, if you just go and give them the technology, give them the details, they say, what the heck is this guy doing?
Right.
So I always start with basic stuff.
Well, I think we bury people in complicated things about whatever we're doing. I think we overcomplicate life. Keep it in simple, get into the main concept of what you're trying to do. And the fact that what you just said, Denrich, this is all of our bread and butter. We're online. We need to protect what we're doing. We need to protect others that are doing that with us. And David, how does the cybersecurity end affect you and your business and the things you're doing? Do you see that a lot in helping people in their job search?
Sure, but I'll even I want to take the apart of change. When I learned as a leader how I approach change really, really will result in my teams quickly embracing that change or not, right? So, I welcome change now. And I think, during COVID, right, a lot of companies had to really change, and those that changed did, were very fruitful, right? They saw amazing results, or at least decent results. So really, as leaders, when you learn to embrace change, when change comes in your daily life, it's not that big of a deal. And to be a great leader, you do have to embrace that change. Know there's going to be some struggles with your teams, but it's how you approach that change. And cybersecurity, that is a really hot industry right now. We've got plenty of people, needing help, resumes or whatever. But I connected two people together the other day, just because I knew I was connected to somebody in that space, they connected, and now that person's going to land at least an introductory interview. So, you know, I had my website hacked. Do you know how frustrating that was, even though it was only for a day? Nothing got stolen or anything like that, but that is very scary. So even just simple, you know, entrepreneur like me, technology, you know, not having a dedicated VPN, you know, now I understand that. But just think if you're a big company, maybe getting, extorted, you know, for money or whatever, that can be very scary. So I know for me, that was extremely scary. So we have to protect ourselves more than ever before, even if we're just a simple little small business. We have to know that the threat, it's not if it'll happen, it's when it'll happen. Right. And so leveling up and getting connected with people like your guest, and knowing what you can do now to potentially, you know, protect you in the future.
Right. And I think, Denrich, it's so important to have people like you, because not all of us want to deal with cybersecurity and all that kind of stuff, even though we need it. We need to know when to delegate, let go, collaborate with people that know way more than us. So for me, that's simple, because outside of connecting, building community, and marketing and sales, I pretty much collaborate with everybody on everything else in my life. Come on in, people, help me out. So, what I want to bring back to you, though, is this whole idea of, there are so many people that think, oh yeah, I've got a protection thing on my computer and I'm all good. Macintosh gave me, Apple has their thing on there. I don't have to worry about anything. I just roll with it, right? What do you tell people like that, especially when they've got really important files to protect? Why do they need more protection?
It's if you have important file, especially if the files is sensitive. So there are different data classifications for sensitivity of your data, but especially when you have other people's data in your repository, this is serious. Okay, if you have your data, you're going to sue yourself, yeah, great. But if you have other people's data, and if it is compromised, and it's your credit card information, health card information, diagnostic information, then it's gonna be tough. So so you, first of all, identification, what data you have and the criticality of those data. I am not a believer of defending something with $1 million when the worth of that is like $1. So going back, identification, what is the risk? People don't talk about risk as well. I'm a big fan of risk and mitigation strategies, right? So you have to know what data you have in your repository, Russ, first step, and understanding the criticality of that data based on a risk classification. And then you deploy different controls to defend that data. That control can also be as simple as training your people. This is one layer of control. So we call defense in depth. In defense in depth, there are multiple layers you put together to defend certain assets, right? So
Right.
Training people, I'm a big fan of training people, making them aware. Sometimes what I see at client side, or even larger organization, they have this beautiful policies, they have this wonderful procedures. It is so well hidden that nobody knows these wonderful things they already have, right? So awareness and training. So people is the biggest part of your defense, followed by processes. And I saw Mr. David Chrysler, right? I love this guy. He's a great process guy, and I'm a process guy as well. Whatever I do, it's we run processes in our mind and build systems, right? And then you have technology. Technology is the last piece. in cyber, or when we go into plant site, or even smaller SMBs. We work with SMBs as well. We get into the SMBs, we check what the processes is, we do a complete analysis, assessment, and then we give them strategies or controls to defend their assets. So
Right.
that is how it is done. Of course, if you want solutions, you can have your antivirus scanning, VPN, this, that. There's multiple solution. You call guys,
Right.
they would come. No, but understanding what you need for your,
Right.
that is the most important thing. So I would say, know what you have and classify it, and then based on your risk criteria, you then deploy your control strategies and put them in place.
Yeah, that is so good. What I love most about all that you just said there was you're focusing on people, what they need, helping them understand what they have and what they have to
Beautiful.
do. You're not walking in with, and we all run into this. We have such a wonderful community that is such a great coming together and connecting, but you have those people that shall remain nameless that when you say, hey, let's connect, start pummeling you with sales pitches, having zero idea of what you need, if it's even a solution for any problem that you have, not having any idea who you are or what you're all about. And that immediately, for most people, is just like, nope, goodbye. And so, what I love is you're focusing on people, what they need, giving them solutions, and then sharing with them and taking it from there. And that is what people need to do, no matter what industry you're in, no matter what you're all about. So, you know what? You guys are both awesome. We are at the end of our show already. It goes so fast. I
Oh yeah.
want to give you both a chance to just say your last words and what you want people to remember and how to get in contact with you. David, we'll start with you first and we'll end with Denrich. So,
Sure.
David, you're up.
All right. Hey, manufacturing hype girl. I was in Wisconsin on for a brief period of time on Sunday before I traveled home. Anyway, listen, networking is never about today. The sale, if you're in sales, it's never about the sale that you make today. You build and nurture relationships by listening and providing value to that other person. And then again, maybe down the road, you can help them, they can help you, or whatever. So have a mindset of what you can do to serve others, whether it's employees, somebody you're networking with, and I'll leave it at that.
So, how do
Yeah.
people get in touch with you?
Oh, sorry. LinkedIn, if I'm not helping a client, I am on LinkedIn posting quite often. So DM me on LinkedIn and I'll be happy to connect, especially the manufacturing hype girl.
Awesome. All right, Denrich, you're up next.
Yeah, my parting words is always have fun, enjoy life. It's short and sweet, so we got to make the best of it, and be cyber safe. Have the right cyber hygiene. Include cyber hygiene into your daily life. And one suggestion I would give is, if you have a phone, Mac or whatever, sorry, iPhone or whatever phone you have, make updates, regular updates. If there is a security patch coming in, don't ignore it for the next day or tomorrow. That's the minimum you guys can do to keep yourself safe, is regular updates. The manufacturers don't send this security patches or OS upgrades for fun. There's a reason behind it. They want to close little vulnerabilities that are existing. So yeah, and I have to give my details. Yes, I'm on LinkedIn. Yes, you can reach out to me, DM me. And yeah, that's all from my side. Russ, thank you so much for having me. I had a lot of fun. I also, so many wonderful people. I see David, Inger, Gail. I don't know Hypergirl, but yeah, I'm sure she's amazing if she's from part of your community. So I'm just glad to be here. Thank you so much, Russ and David. We should connect more one to one later.
Yes.
Absolutely. You two, amazing and similar mindset. I just put this in the comments and I use this in one of my presentations, but David, you touched on this. And that is, you don't build a business, you build people, and then people build a business. Zig Ziglar. And you said that you're not building for today, you're building for tomorrow. But you need to do what you can do today, right? And
Oh,
so
yes.
it is just such an important thing to focus on people. Katie, the manufacturing hype girl, who's amazing, she said it really clearly. She loves our community. It's so true. And she is one of those people like you, David, that reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm coming into town. Let's get together." And so I love that, because when that happens, that shows me people aren't just talk, they really care. They really do want to get together. They do care a little bit about what's going on in my world, and I care about what's going on in their world, in your world. And so that's really wonderful to be able to take it to the next level and build that community and build for tomorrow in all of that. Building people together is what is going to make us better, because we are better together. That'll probably show up in the comments here just in a moment as well. We are better together. It's true. Can do so much more when we collaborate together, when we come together. And as Denrich said so wonderfully, when we focus on people and we care about people and don't just push the processes. Process is good and we need that. Technology is good and we need that, but we need to first care about the people, right? And what it's all about. And I think that is so important. And to wrap things up here, I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank the two of you most of all for being here today, because it's been such a great conversation. And my confusion and mix up, this all came together. And you know what? Life always has a purpose, even when we make mistakes. So listen, I'm going to let the two of you go. Hang tight. I'm going to put you in the green room. I'll be right there, and I'm going to wrap the show up. But thanks so much, both of you, again for being here today.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Hey, everybody. Okay. Wow. Well, listen, I want to again just say a big, huge thank you to our sponsors today. You Matter, Nancy West, an event that's coming up this coming Saturday in Lebanon, Oregon. And her whole message is you matter. You matter. And Jamie Yaney with Mortgage First Corporation, she cares about you. She cares about your home buying experience. She's here in Salem, Oregon. And those people are people you need to reach out to if you're in the area, especially. But if you're not, why not connect with them? Why not build them into your community and gain value from them? Just because I'm not in the same country or community with Denrich does not mean I don't gain great value from all that he has to say. Same thing with David. We build value in each other. We build knowledge and the ability to work together when we come together. So anyway, I just am so thankful for today. Just want to remind you again, Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. You never know what's going to happen. Usually I have one guest on, sometimes two, sometimes more, who knows? But we just have so much fun, and I provide value to you through these amazing people who connect. Because when you connect and when you build community, you build a foundation that is going to improve your life, that's going to improve your business. If you want to know more about that, I would love to talk to you. And it costs nothing to talk to me, by the way. www.russhedge.com. Love to be able to work with you beyond that, but I most of all want to connect with you. Also, please subscribe to YouTube. When you go to my website, russhedge.com, you can click on the YouTube link and you can go directly to, it's just Russ Hedge on YouTube, easy to find. But you get all the back episodes as well as future episodes of Marketing with Russ, Russ Reels Live. And there's a few, the experience on there, although there's a separate site for that. I want to tell you the best way to actually go to YouTube, besides going to my website, is this way, marketingwithruss.live. Marketingwithruss.live will take you directly to my YouTube page. And I would love for you to go there. I would love for you to subscribe and be part of that. I'm going to throw this out there for those of you who know the experience with my good friend D. Scott Smith. You can go to theexperience.video and subscribe to that YouTube page as well. But back to this one. Here we go. And last but not least, directly to my calendar is russhedge.com/contact. My goal for this year is to connect with at least 1,000 new people. And I am knocking that out of the park. That's only about 3 a day. It sounds like a big number, but it's only about 3 people a day. So I would love for you to be one of them. If we're not connected, please go there and connect with me. If we are connected and you want to chat more, go there and connect with me. It's always great to talk with people. So I appreciate you. Denrich's information has been clicking across the bottom of the screen, and his and David's information is both in the comments and clickable, which means all you got to do is click on it to connect with them. You don't have to figure things out. You don't have to do a thing. Just click on those links. It'll take you right to them. And let's see here. Oh, by the way, let's see if he answered me. No, David hasn't. No. I'm trying to see. I was kidding, David Chrysler. I love manufacturing, by the way. I love all you manufacturing peeps. I made a comment a while back to David, giving him a hard time. And so anyway, I have not lived that down yet, but it was so much fun talking about how manufacture was boring. So I want all you manufacturing peeps to know that I don't think you're boring. And I don't think all that you do is boring. And I love all the manufacturing people that are here. And I love to collaborate. Collaboration Nation, that's right. Looking at my comments before I wrap things up here, my good friend Inger, there's so many people in that industry that work together that are so amazing. So appreciate all of you. And just want to say a hashtag 1,000 thanks. You guys are amazing. So until we meet again, have a great day and a great life. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.